more relaxed activities such as like Kadiwa or Binhi sponsored activities. So
Yeah.
what makes this musical evangelical mission kind of a different way of sharing our faith?
100%. So I do want to say you're right. This is not a quote unquote traditional way to share their faith, because typically we would have them come over to the house of worship or the place of worship. We would have them maybe come to one of our brethren's house to have a Bible study to hear the words of God. But if you think about it, it's still pretty much the same. We're inviting them. We're going to be gathering together, and what they're going to be listening to, it's still the words of God, because the
Mm-hmm.
message is being conveyed in those songs. It's inspired by the words of the Almighty God. So it's unique in the sense that it's a same message, but just in a different package, music and song and arts presented by the brethren.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we just get caught up in like the notes or the musicality of the music, and we kind of hum along or sing along to it. But sometimes when we analyze or really think about the lyrics of the song, it's really powerful. Like the message is really touching or inspiring to anyone that listens to it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, aside from the hymns, I know we're not really talking about the hymns right now, but INC original music, a lot of the lyrics really is inspiring. I remember for choir day, I believe it was the Bronx and Rockland and Westchester and them. They sang a song called "If
Mm-hmm.
That's What It Takes," and that was the first time I ever heard that song, and it really was an inspiring message. Like, it's basically telling you, I'll do whatever just to serve you if that's what
Mm-hmm.
it takes. And a lot of the times, those are the messages that we need to hear, and we're going to share with our friends and family who are people of the world. Because the truth of the matter is, they probably have problems too. They
Mm-hmm.
probably have difficulties too, and sometimes it's hard to express those feelings. But when you hear it sung to you and presented to you in such a beautiful way, you can't help but feel touched.
Yes, like I don't know. Is that group performing tomorrow, Brother JR? Can you give us some spoilers?
Uh, I don't want to reveal too much, but a lot of familiar faces are going to be presenting tomorrow. If especially if you're in the New York area. I don't think that particular song is going to be performed, but though that group of brethren, they're definitely going to be there. So let's support all of them, brethren.
Yes, if you really, we have our very, I don't know, common or very popular songs from the INZ original music, but when you really look into or listen to like a majority of them, you'll find that like that song that really touches you or speaks to you. When usually I'm the coordinator for a lot of the presentations for my locale when we have to perform INC original music, so I have to kind of search through the YouTube channel. And then there's some songs I'm like, oh, I've never heard of this one before because, there's no music video associated or it hasn't been performed or it was just recently released. Or it's like one of those older songs that, it's kind of resurfacing or got revamped. So so if you have time or when you want to play music in the background instead of your, normal radio or playlist that you play, check out the INC original music YouTube channel and like look at their playlists, and you can kind of get inspired by some of the music that we produce. And most of the music or all of the music is produced by the brethren, so we have a lot of talented brethren throughout the world can compose music, construct the lyrics and the notes and whatnot. So it's good to take some time to listen to the YouTube channel. Um, I guess we can kind of touch. I don't know what I'm looking forward to is really just again like we mentioned before, seeing the brethren and the performances. Um, I know it's. Do you have any more details, Brother JR, that you can share? I know you don't want to spoil, but just give us some highlights you think that can like tease us a little bit.
No, it's just gonna be a good day full of great music to listen to. I don't want to say it's unserious, but I feel like the highlight for me, which I want to share with everybody right now, is the fact that a lot of the time some people, especially who are not used to going to church, they're not used to going to Bible studies, that's very intimidating to them. It's
Mm,
very intimidating to say, hey, let's go to church, hey, let's listen to the Bible. But when we say, hey, I want to bring you to an activity, I want to bring you to a place where we can just listen to music, and I want you to meet some of my friends and family who are close to me. I want you to see something that means a lot to me. That's a lot more digestible. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the lighter vibes, I guess the lighter part, the lighter side of the church, and just where we go, where we come together, where we present talents together and get to know each other better through a beautiful activity like this. But if you do want a little bit more detail, there's going to be about six performances tomorrow. So six songs prepared and practiced by our brethren here in New York. It's going to be inspiring. It's going to be fun, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
yes, I agree with you, brother Jared. The more lightheartedness, I guess. It's there's many different ways to share our faith, and like you mentioned, going to a place of worship or entering a place of worship can be intimidating to many people. It's like it's very formal when you go to a church or a chapel or a place of worship. So going to a more relaxed environment like a venue, something a little more neutral, I think people will be more receptive or more relaxed, and it'll be more fun and, like you mentioned, like more digestible to be exposed to what we do. And we're not and we have different facets in our church. Like it's not only just worship services. We have other activities that are fun and creative, that can showcase the brethren's talents, which, is always exciting to see what the brethren can come up with. Like they can revamp a music, a song with like the instruments that they play, or the presentation. A lot of our brethren, I feel, in New York have a lot of great stage presentation. I want to say, like, for the local of Belmore, in their performances for both, I think, choir day and for the other activity, that their song that they performed was very, you know upbeat and very like exciting to see.
Yeah. Speaking of Belmore, though, it's crazy that you mentioned that. They tend to be a little bit more upbeat, but when they perform for a band together, they sing a very almost
Mm,
solemn song. So, and that's what I love about these musical activities. It just shows the range of what we do in the Church of Christ. We have rappers, we have composers, we have
mhm.
beat composers. It's awesome to see. And so, brethren, honestly speaking, if I can just kind of plug this in really quickly, if you're watching right now and you love to sing, or you have a musical instrument you like to play, or maybe you have a talent to perform, let us know. Maybe we can get you on the next INCMV. Maybe we can get you to be one of the performances, because that's what we like to do here in the Church of Christ. God
Mhm.
gave us gifts, God gave us talents, so we're going to use them. We're going to cultivate them, uh, 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 and make sure that the people of the world see what we do too. And that's why I love this chance that we're being given tomorrow.
Mm. All right, and I guess our last question is, to kind of wrap things up before we move on to our next segment, is why are activities such as these important?
Well, first and foremost, these activities are important because they're they're instruments of God through the administration for us to be stronger in the faith. I don't want to use this term, but at times when we stick to one style, Bible study, worship service, maybe choir practice, and then Bible study, and then worship service, and then repeat, it can get monotonous. It really can be. And so activities like this keep it fresh in our mind. I want to use that term, fresh in our mind. And we're really blessed as members of the Church of Christ to have this gift of being a member, but having a gift of using life to its fullest and
Mhm.
just having fun with what God gave us. But also on top of that, it's really important that we have like these activities such as the musical evangelical mission to show the people of the world that, listen, we care about God's words, we care about serving God, but we also care about the brotherhood. We care about cultivating talent. We care about making sure that there's a smile on everybody's faces, which again is a lot more digestible. It's a lot more acceptable to be part of a place where everybody's smiling, where everybody is having fun. And so if ever there's ever been a time where maybe sharing the faith has been quote unquote hard and difficult, this is a great chance to do so. Because now they get to see a side of us and the church that they probably won't see often, which is great news.
Mhm. So true, brother JR. Thank you for your your input and giving us a little teaser on what we can expect for tomorrow's musical evangelical mission. There is still time to prepare and register. So contact your local leadership and your local CFO officers for more information. And we hope to see everyone at the musical evangelical mission, along with your loved ones and your guests, so that they can, have an evening of music and inspiration and fellowship with our brethren and whoever will else can attend the event. But before we kind of wrap it up, we'll just read some comments from our YouTube chat. Thank you again for tuning in. We have Sister Cheyenne, good morning po from Woodbury. Sister Riwa, good morning po. Hashtag Belmore. We have Kadan, Sheridan Santos, hello to everyone. Hashtag NYK. Brother Ember says, good morning po. Hashtag Bronx. We have Sister Jenny Santos. Greetings to all po. Brother Jose Plaza from the local Wyndham Cranston. We have Brother Leon. Good morning, Paul. To all from Area 6 of Forest Hills, please enjoy the show. We have Brother Daniel Cervantes. Good morning, brethren. Hashtag Forest Hills. Brother Michael Mercado. Happy viewing, brethren, from Wyndham and Cranston. Wyndham and Cranston has been showing up in the chat this morning. And we have Brother Leo. Good morning, Paul. With hashtag Westchester. Um, and then Brother Jose is hashtagging away in the chat. We have Brother Jason, happy viewing poll locale of Zamora Compound, Caloocan North. Um, and let's see. A lot of Brother Michael. We have Sister Susan. Blessed Saturday po from hashtag Wyndham and Cranston. Thank you again for tuning in. And now we're going to announce our last week's hashtag winners. We'll start with the local congregation who are in the top three. Our top three, it starts off with the local of Manhattan. Even though they have morning worship services on Saturday, they were able to show up and be in the third place. Number two is Cranston, the local congregation of Cranston, and that is in Rhode Island for those who don't know New England geography. So, congratulations to the local of Cranston. And the number one, and I feel like they'll be number one for next week, but we'll see the results. It is local of Wyndham. Congratulations, local of Wyndham. And then we're going to recognize our top hashtaggers, the individuals who were in our chat. Number three, he was also on the show and he was also, hashtagging away. It's Brother Christian. Brother Christian, congratulations. And we hope to see you next week on our show. And number two is Sister Christy Vanal. She's from the Londonderry Extension. So congratulations, Sister Christy. And our number one hashtagger, and I think she contributed to the Wyndham being number one and also Cranston, is Sister Hinirang Ibanez. Congratulations, sister. So we already mentioned our upcoming activities. We look forward to seeing everyone there. If you want further details, please contact your local CFO officers for more details. And also, don't forget to check in with your local congregation for your individual local activities, and continue to support all the activities that the brethren of the CFO work hard to prepare. And again, we get to meet new people, have fellowship with everyone, and strengthen the love of the brotherhood. So I guess that's all for today's show. We're ending a little bit early, but again, we would like to thank the church administration for giving us a platform like this to share and speak about important topics like these. Don't forget to catch us again next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 11:30 p.m. Philippine Time. And greetings to the district staff, our the main studio techs, especially to our district minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, our assistant district minister, Brother Neil Patrick Omelda, our CFO advisor, Brother Ivan Diaz, and our district multimedia advisor, Brother JR Resurrection. That brings us to the end of our show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and have a good night.